Hey guys, Blue here, and alright guys, real talk. This is gonna be my honest opinions on Sonic Generations. Okay, so, as you guys know, I joke a lot in my videos, and probably way too much, and at this point, who takes me seriously? Even I don't take myself seriously. Actually, yeah, I don't. But anyway guys, so, Sonic Generations, overall, is it a bad game? Yes. Is it an awful, unplayable mess? No. See, I feel like when people kind of take it that I say it's a bad game, I mean, yeah, it's a bad game. It doesn't mean that it's, like, completely unplayable. It's not like it's a game that's completely broken and can never be touched or played, or it's like, it's that bad. I'm just saying, Generations, to me, is bad. Is it awful? No. Is it good? Hell no. Is it amazing? Why did I go up? Okay, but yeah, no. Generations, for me, is a bad game. Is it one of Sonic's worst games of all time? No. But it's still a pretty bad game to me. It's bad. It's not awful. But it's not good either. Overall, Generations, it has stuff going for it. I love that they brought Classic Sonic back and everything, but even then, who even plays Classic Sonic anymore? I mean, Classic Sonic used to be the whole big part of Generations. Everyone was literally like, holy fuck, Classic Sonic's in, I'm gonna jack off and masturbate to it. Like, honestly, Classic Sonic is so underwhelming. Like, I mean, he's back, and, alright, and that's basically it. Literally everyone I know only plays Generations for the modern Sonic sections. No one plays for Classic Sonic anymore. I used to enjoy Classic Sonic, but overall, I kept going back and back, but he's just not fun to play anymore, especially when you notice that something is really off with the physics overall. I have no idea what they did to Classic Sonic, but his physics do not feel right. It kind of feels like Sonic 4 Episode 1 physics, only slightly tweaked, and that's basically it. And I feel like with Classic Sonic, they made a spin dash broken beyond belief. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why everything in Classic Sonic stages is so fucking big. Like, have you seen the loops in Green Hill? Like, holy fuck, they are like 10 times Classic Sonic's size. Meanwhile, the loops are only like maybe 2 or 3 times Sonic's size in like the classic games. Like, I have no idea why everything is so big in Generations. Like, holy fuck. Like, either Classic Sonic has shrunk or they made everything else really big. And I think it's the latter. But yeah, Classic Sonic overall was so underwhelming. He didn't really bring much new to the table. He didn't bring much into the story. I mean, I'm going to get into the story in a small bit, but just overall, Classic Sonic, just kind of underwhelming. He was just kind of there. I mean, he's fun to play, I guess, when you play him for the first time, but then after a bit, after the novelty kind of wears off, he's just a slow Sonic with no boost or anything really to differentiate himself from the modern Sonic. And I think a really big thing that kind of separated, that kind of like made people prefer modern over classic is modern Sonic still having 2D sections. Even though Classic Sonic is supposed to be this whole like, holy fuck, it's 2D and it's back. But no. Modern has 2D as well, so what is even the fucking point? Literally 75% of the game is 2D now. Wow, thanks Sega. But I have no idea why they pulled something off like that, because they really shouldn't have, but I mean, hey, this is Sega. They don't know how to make a proper game. So, and especially Iizuka. Like, Iizuka, that man has no idea what he's doing at Sega, but you know, overall, like, I feel like that kind of took away from the novelty of Classic Sonic a bit, because, you know, you had Classic Sonic, yeah, he was a 2D Sonic, and then you had Modern Sonic, just a faster 2D Sonic with 3D in it as well. So, I mean, what's the point of playing it? Because literally, I mean, okay, maybe it's not 50-50 of 2D in modern Sonic for Generations, you know, kind of unlike Unleashed, where it was kind of more 50-50, and Colors, where it was more like 95% 2D and 5% 3D, but it was more like 45%, 40% 2D, and like 60% 3D, which I really liked. I really liked how they were taking this step into more 3D sections, and I liked how they kind of shied away from what they were doing in Colors, where, you know, I feel like whenever Colors had a problem, like they had no idea what to do, they just automatically switched to 2D. Like they didn't know what to do for a certain section. They're just like, you know what, fuck it, we're making it 2D. So, you know, I feel like 2D is kind of, they're kind of like relying back. It's kind of like their safety net, you know, because, you know, they know people will eat up the 2D because, you know, fuck it, nostalgia, right? But I really liked in Generations that they were taking baby steps kind of out of the whole 2D thing, but then again you had Classic Sonic, who was basically half the stages only in just 2D. So I mean, I feel like for modern Sonic they really should have made that leap from not just kind of inching their way out of 2D to just completely shutting it out. Especially for a game where literally you have two different gameplay styles, but you know, for some reason they decided to still keep the two gameplay styles for modern. So what do you have now? You have three gameplay styles. You get 2D, faster 2D, and 3D. What the fuck? Honestly, that's a big problem the Generations had overall. I liked what Generations was trying to do. I really liked that, you know, in Seaside Hill, it was such an open stage. You know, there was a lot more 3D. You can run on water and everything. Sure, it was a little bit limited to how much water you can run on, but at least they did give you something. And still, I feel like they had a lot of alternate paths in Seaside Hill. I think Seaside Hill is my favorite stage in the entire game, mainly because of just how many paths there are overall, how many different ways. You can even avoid the 2D, and that's something I really liked. You can avoid the 2D sections. Like, I found that so clever that you could do something like that. I wish there were more things like that. You know, Sky Sanctuary also had a really big emphasis on 3D and just like a big open kind of stage. So I really like the direction the modern Sonic stages were going, but I still feel like we still have those stages where it's just kind of like a boost to win, you know, like Green Hill, and a little bit of Chemical Plant too. And Rooftop Run to some extent as well. I mean, I love Unleashed, but I can admit that, you know, Rooftop Run is probably one of the most linear stages you were ever going to play, and it's literally just like hold X to win, and that's basically it. So, I mean, I feel like some stages they kind of took a back seat and just kind of let the boost kind of play the game for you, which I feel like should not be the way how it should be. You know, they should make the boost kind of like, the boost should be a way to keep speed up and make you go faster, yes, but it should not be playing the game for you. I really liked what Seaside Hill and Sky Sanctuary had going for them, but you know, I feel like there are stages like Green Hill, Chemical Plant, you know, Rooftop Run to some extent that, you know, just they kind of wanted the game to kind of play itself a bit. You know, they wanted to play it safe. They're like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to make something that make the players get mad at me, so you know what, fuck it, just have like a long hallway where Sonic, all he does is boost and quick step, and that's all he does, and then there we go, half the stage done. So I mean, that's what I don't like about the whole mindset of Generations overall. I feel like they kind of did that, and it just seems kind of lazy on their part. You know, I have no idea how long Generations has been in development, because, you know, fuck it, who knows? I mean, they could say Sonic has been in development for 3 years, but who the fuck is gonna believe that, especially with such a rushed story like Generations? I mean, sure, there's always the defense that, you know, there's gonna be like, oh, I mean, Generations had a simplistic story because, you know, they just wanted to make it a fun story. Yeah, I mean, I would believe that, you know, if only Sonic and Tails, they had cutscenes interacting with the stages that they were just in. So I feel like there were going to be a whole lot more of those, considering basically after Chemical Plant they stopped doing that entirely. So I feel like there was gonna be a lot more to the plot, but it just ended up not happening for some reason. So I mean, that's another big problem. It's the story overall. I mean, I'm not gonna go into really big detail, because I think you guys understand what I mean by the story. I just mean that the story is just kind of like there's a lot of empty spaces in there, a lot of references that could have been put in there, a lot more story that could have been elaborated on, but it just didn't happen. And the biggest question I have in Generations actually is, are there 2 modern Eggmans? See, I've had this question for a while now because, alright, so, the Time Eater, that was basically created by Modern Eggman, the Eggman after Sonic Colors, okay? So he created that, and after Classic Sonic defeated the Death Egg robot, he kidnapped Classic Eggman. But then all of a sudden, you go to Sonic Unleashed, and then Sonic, if for some reason still in his modern form, I guess they decided the Werehog was just like, fuck it, you know, never mind, it just never happened. But, you know, after Sonic defeats the Egg Dragoon, the Time Eater kidnaps Modern Eggman. So wait, what the fuck? Are there 2 Modern Eggmans? I have no idea what the fuck. What does that mean? Because Colors Eggman created Time Eater and went back in time to get Classic Eggman. But why do they need Unleashed Eggman? I have no idea. So does that mean there are three Eggmen in Sonic Generations? Is that what the game is trying to tell me? Because I have no idea what the fuck. I don't even know. Unless they're saying Unleashed came after Colors, but I have no idea how that will really work. So yeah, no, it just doesn't work overall. So yeah, it's just really strange that, you know, something like that happened. And I just, you know, Sonic Generations overall, I mean, I'm talking about the console version, but you know what? I'm going to go right to the DS version. Right to the 3DS version. Okay, the 3DS version of Sonic Generations, sure, I mean, it's like, it's cool and all, but, you know, I feel like the game really should have focused more on portable stages. I mean, I don't know what it is, but just, you know, they really should have put in, like, Bridge Zone or something like that. I really wanted to see portable stages because, you know, we've already seen so many console stages. Why do I want to see more on the portable version? If it's going to be a portable version of Sonic Generations, why not go into Sonic's portable history? You know, go into Sonic Advance, go into Sonic Rush, go into all of that, you know. They did get 1 level from Sonic Rush, yes they did. But, you know, I feel like they could have done way more. And come on, taking from Colors DS, really? Come on, you could have taken something from some other game. You didn't need to split it into eras like the console version did. Just kind of throw them in there, you know, just kind of, as long as you have enough stages to kind of fill it in, you know, that's alright. I just feel like taking from Colors DS is kind of a little bit of a cop-out, but you know what, maybe it made a little bit of sense, but I just feel like Colors DS was kind of unnecessary, especially since they still have Rush Adventure to go by, and they still have a lot of portable history Sonic has had, so I feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity that they didn't go into any of that. So, overall, that's kind of my opinions on Sonic Generations 3DS. Overall, Sonic Generations 3DS isn't that bad. It still takes the whole Sonic Rush kind of formula, combined with the Sonic Rush formula with a little bit of the Colors DS. And I really like how modern Sonic controls in that game. I really like how he has a really overpowered boost, an air boost. Like, you can literally hold the air boost down. It just keeps going. I really like modern Sonic in that game. And Classic Sonic isn't that bad. His physics are a little bit better than the console version. But yeah, the only problem I really do have is the portable selection of stages being really lacking. And also the first 3 stages in the game, like a Casino Night and Green Hill, are literally taken from the originals when you play him as Classic Sonic. It's literally the originals. And, oh yeah, and Mushroom Hill too. Like, there's no changes to the stage design at all, which is something I can appreciate that Generations did. You know, at least change the level design, and you know, had like familiar set pieces. But you know, literally the 3DS version had complete, like, no changes, and no changes at all to the stage design. It was literally the exact same thing over and over again for the first 3 stages of the game. Great, that's a great impression you leave me, Sega. You are so lazy. You can't even like make any stage design for the 3DS version, at least anything in particular, anything specific. Hell, even taken from the console version. But come on, really, the exact same stage? Why do I want to play that? At least the modern versions did mix it up, but I mean, I feel like it's kind of lazy on their part that the classic Sonic parts for the first 3 stages of the game were the exact same thing as the original game. So, which makes me wonder, why am I playing Generations instead of actually playing the actual full game that the level is from? So that's another problem I have with Generations 3DS. But overall, I don't really have that many problems. I mean, it's a mobile game. It's a portable game, so I don't really have as many high standards as I do with the console games, because you know, Sonic is mainly focused on consoles. He's not like a mobile kind of person. He's not a character that basically got to start on like portable handhelds or anything like that. So why should I really worry about that? I just feel like they could have done a little bit more of the game, but overall it was still fun. And actually, I'm actually at the top of the leaderboard. I've actually been on the top of the leaderboard for like so many times now, because you know, usually like your points, like they max out at some certain point, so then I have to like lose one match and gain all my points back. But yeah, I've been on the top of the leaderboard for like so many times now. I'm probably off right now, but if I really wanted to, I could probably get back up on the leaderboard. But anyway, guys, that's basically it for Generations 3DS. Back to the console version. Okay, what other problems do we have with the game? We've already talked about the story. Overall, the voice acting, I'm not going to talk much about it. Roger Craig Smith is not my favorite Sonic voice actor. He really isn't. He's just kind of like... he's just kind of like that 40-year-old dude who's trying to sound young again. He's like, yo, here we go, I'm Sonic. I totally sound like I'm 15, yo. Alright, Tails, yo, buddy, what is the up, yo? Hashtag swag. You know, he literally sounds like one of those kind of dudes. Like he sounds like a 30-year-old dude trying to fit in with like 17-year-olds. You know, like Radioactive Ross and G. So, you know, he kind of sounds like that. But overall, I don't have a major problem. I just feel like sometimes he just sounds so bad. But you know what? I'm not gonna focus on the voice cast. I feel like I can have a different video completely on that. So I'm not gonna delve too much into it. Although I do like Tails, Kate Higgins as Tails, and I gotta say, Kate Higgins is probably like the most attractive Sonic voice actress we have had ever in the history of Sonic. And then they replaced her in Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric with someone who literally sounds the exact same. It literally sounds the exact same thing as her. It's crazy. But okay. But yeah, that's it for the voice cast. I'm not gonna go too into that. You know, of course, you know, Eggman is still voiced by Mike Pollock, even classic Eggman, which, you know, I'm okay with that, because honestly, I have no idea who they would cast as a classic Eggman. So whatever. And what else do I have? I already talked about the story. Okay, I gotta talk about the hub worlds really quick. Why the fuck is everything so fucking white? Okay, I gotta say that, because literally everything is white. It seems like a piece of construction paper is the background. Like, holy fuck, it is the laziest thing I have seen Sega do in a while. I mean, come on. I mean, at least when you beat every single mission, you know, at least the little set pieces, the little platforms fill up with color again. But, you know, the background still stays white the entire time. You know, hell, even the title screen is still white. Why? Why? I've seen someone make a mod adding color to the title screen. That should not be a mod. That should be a thing that actually happens in the game. You know, like the more you complete it, like the more it fills up with color. You know, something like that. But you know, of course not, because Sega decides, you know what, white looks just fucking fine. You know, Zook is probably like, oh yeah, white, that looks so good. White is okay. But you know what, I don't even know. But I think I got... Okay, I'm going to talk about one last thing, and then basically I'm done with this video. And that will be level design overall. Now, I've kind of talked a little bit about it. You know, there are some sections that seem kind of automated, but overall, I feel like Sonic Generations was okay in terms of the stage design. In fact, it even got to some points where I actually found it pretty damn good. And mainly in the modern Sonic sections, because Classic Sonic does not seem that memorable to me. I don't know what it is about Classic Sonic, but overall, the more the more I keep playing Generations, the more I just really don't like Classic Sonic as much, and I really don't even bother with him, actually. It's kind of crazy, but literally I don't bother with Classic Sonic anymore. Isn't it crazy, like, the main appeal of the game, the whole thing of, like, going back to the classics and reliving Sonic's golden days and everything like that, is just kind of, like, been pushed to the side by, like, modern Sonic, because actually modern Sonic did pretty good in his stages. Okay, Sky Sanctuary and Seaside Hill, great examples of stages that I talked about before. What's another good stage? City Escape. Why? Because it's literally a really good recreation of the original, adding some new bells and whistles with it, adding, you know, like a bigger spaces, different platforms and all that, while still keeping familiar set locations. And guess what? Only one 2D section in the entire stage. One 2D section, and that can be done in less than 30 seconds. That is how you do it, Sega. Holy fuck. Applaud for you. Holy shit, that's like the best move that they did in Generations, to be honest. Well, except making, you know, Seaside Hill and, like, Sky Sanctuary actually really fucking good stages, but, you know, you catch my drift. Overall, Classic Sonic just seems kind of, it doesn't seem that memorable to me. I hardly remember Classic Sonic stages. I just remember that the Tornado section in Crisis City Classic was a fucking bitch. But, Crisis City actually in modern was okay. It wasn't the best either. I found the whole stomping on platform shit just fine. I just found it so fucking stupid. But Chemical Plant, let me talk about Chemical Plant actually a little bit. You know, the stage is kind of automated a little bit like Green Hill, but I feel like it still gave you a little bit more of choices in terms of your automation. if you can really if you kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. You know, it feels a little bit more like an Unleashed stage, Chemical Plant. Chemical Plant feels like a lot more like an Unleashed stage. Why? Because, you know, Unleashed was kind of linear, yes, but you could choose your paths. Like, you had like a kind of like a left, a right, and, you know, a middle path. Yeah, something like that, something along the lines of that. So I feel like, you know, at the very beginning of Chemical Plant, it seems like a very similar, very linear stage, but, you know, you can actually but once you actually realize that, you know, the tubes next to you are actually things you can jump on and boost on, I find that kind of cool, and you have like different paths and all that. So it's an automated stage, but you can choose where you want to go to some extent, so I don't find it that bad. Planet Wisp, though, I love Planet Wisp. The very beginning, which is the first like minute and 15 seconds of it, but after that it goes downhill really fast. Well, first off, what could be so wrong about it? Well, you know, after you get an amazing fucking forest section, you go right into 2D. That isn't a deal breaker for me, but, you know, I feel like they could have stayed in 3D a little bit more, but whatever. It really doesn't take much from the stage for me. Until you reach the tower, which literally the 2D section only lasts about like maybe 30 seconds if you're fast. So you get Rocket and you go right up to the tower, and that's basically all you do. You go into the tower, and now you're in the construction area of Planet Wisp, and you do not get out of it. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. And yeah, it's just not fun overall. It's literally the same set piece over and over again. I mean, I get it. The tower was a big thing in Planet Wisp. You could see it in the background. You were in it for several stages, but I don't feel like it should have taken I don't feel like it should have taken 75% of the actual stage. I mean, come on. Honestly, Colors did it so much better than Generations did. It's kind of sad. But, you know, literally I would play the entirety of Planet Wisp in Sonic Colors than play it in Generations, because Generations was just so bad. It just, they took the wrong pieces of the stage and decided to mash it together. Honestly, we should have had more outside sections, but you know, that's only my opinion. But anyway, guys, I feel like that's basically it. I don't have much to say about Generations that much. I mean, of course, there is the "You get this, Sonic," which makes me like fucking hate life, because that is literally the worst line delivery I've heard in like forever. But oh wait, one last thing, Supersonic. It's fucking bullshit that Supersonic flies and takes away like 50 rings a second. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's basically it for this video. If I miss anything, I don't think I'm missing anything really. I can let me think. I'm gonna think for 1 second if I missed anything. I went over the story, stage design. I went over the yeah, I think it went over everything. Anyway, guys, that's basically it for this video. If you liked it, yeah, just leave a like, comment, you know, subscribe maybe. And if you guys agree or disagree, be sure to tell me in the comment section below, because I feel like, you know, I want to do more of this whole honest opinions on like the Sonic games and all that. So if you guys want more of that, I'll be sure to give it to you, because you know what, I don't feel like joking all the time, because I feel like I want to give you guys a little bit of understanding of what I actually think about, you know, actual things. So I'm probably going to be giving more honest opinions about, you know, probably the voice actors, probably a few more games, maybe maybe like impressions of like a movie or something, you know, maybe some reviews, discussions. I'm planning to do more of that kind of stuff. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. So until then, see ya.